Welcome back, everybody. Here's your coverage of Sina Cup, Season 5, the grand final game number 4 of Invictus Gaming up against VG Gaming. For Invictus Gaming, we're able to take a 2-0 lead. We have VG Gaming hitting back in game number 3 in a very, very strong draft and strong win. Game 4 is now being drafted before our very eyes, and the man to help me make sense of it is my co-caster, Pandaego. Welcome back for our next game, and damn it, IG, why do you keep taking out my draw combination?
Well, VG's been having a lot of success with it, so I suppose that they just want to spite you, though. That's the main reason.
Obviously.
Main reason spite Toby. Second reason want to win game.
Obviously, yes.
VG game is taking a long time for this this ban, though.
I wonder what they're tossing up, because you got a lot of heroes in the pool right now.
Death Prophet's been the constant one. Like in Death Prophet, if you don't have first pick, is the standard ban. They're letting it through, so this will be interesting to see what happens. They must have a plan to deal with it if they're going to let it through.
Well, the plan might just be they get their Centaur as well as Skywrath again, because every single time IG has been, well, not every single time, but they've been trying to deny them that combination. And, well, they'll actually deny the Centaur combo, but this gives Death Prophet Void to VG Game if they want. I don't see them passing up the Death Prophet. There's no way they'll pass up the Death Prophet in this game, especially when you're on the dire side. This is almost like one of those Death Prophet Shaman games.
I think Death Prophet Void, if they pick Death Prophet Void here, you can definitely expect, yeah, Invictus Gaming to pick that Skywrath, so they're going to opt to just go for the Skywrath instead here. If Void doesn't get banned out, it's very likely they'll pick that up in the next phase, but I'm pretty sure Invictus Gaming will ban it. So that leaves, I think they kind of threw Invictus Gaming for a loop. I think they had the exact same thought process you had there, like, well, they're going to go with that Void and we'll just take the Skywrath, but Viper is their pick. It can do well enough against Death Prophet mid. The thing is, any hero can do pretty okay against Death Prophet mid, but I mean, most of the standard mid heroes can. It's just, she just becomes such a nuisance in the later stages of the game. Once you get to her 11, and with the dire Roshan control, she's just so annoying to play against.
Morphling ban out by IG, so maybe a little concerned that VG Gaming would still look to run their Lich as well as Morphling combo in that mid lane. Leave a safe lane farming Death Prophet up on the field. I'm interested to see if they also want to take out that Doombringer, because currently he hasn't been touched at all. And if VG Gaming have the way to get not only early gold coming in from the towers, but also like a Doombringer, because like when you push the towers early on with the Death Prophet, it forces a reaction, which means then ISIS has to get space with the Doombringer on the off lane, or they can potentially run him as a safe lane. Either way, I'm interested to see how Invictus Gaming will approach this last ban. It's going to be the SK. Takes out the combo here for the Skywrath Mage. There's so many combo heroes for that Skywrath, however. I'm not as sure about that.
So they can get the Void if they so choose right now.
They can also take the Rubik. That's probably a bigger thing to flag. You got a Rubik up against a Centaur and a Viper. That's just Christmas.
Yeah. Very good spells all over the place. I think that they could wait even for that, though, because at this phase, I don't see Invictus Gaming trying to pick up Rubik, and they definitely don't need to first pick it in this phase. They could pick it as their second hero if they want, but I don't know if that really fits like their basic plan. I mean, they still have the Shadow Shaman available too. The only problem is I might be a little too greedy.
If it pays off though, like greed is a wonderful thing, but the payoff is taking out tier 1 towers, which means you get a lot of momentum. They'll pick up the Void, so they do just get the Void and Skywrath Mage combination. They're still not completely locked to lanes, because that could be Black on Void, it could be Ice on Void, the Death Prophet as well, that could be Super, that could also be played by Black. So Vici Gaming are rather flexible with their lanes. Especially considering they've also even run Faceless Void played by Black in the mid lane, which means the hero, like the players might match up, but the lanes might be completely different. You're up against a Viper though in mid, so I'm fairly certain it's going to be Death Prophet versus Viper in the mid lane.
I would much rather be in Vici's Gaming's position right now.
2 Invoker games in just one series. I feel like a happy man, especially when it's Ferrari 4-3-0's Invoker. But they've just shown every single one of their cores. The only question which is in the minds of VG Gaming right now is this an aggro tri-lane? That's the only question to ask themselves.
Yeah. And I almost want to say they need to do that because they just need to rely on the power of Sunstrike to help them like get through the tri lane. If they just send Centaur off lane against that Scareth, he's gonna get very little.
Reserve time.
And like Death Prophet won't be too afraid. I mean, it depends on the support that his game picks up here. Wraith King, it's the same support duo we saw last game that they had a lot of success with.
Easier way to go for Roshan as well. The Faceless Void falls behind a little bit. All you need is just that 1 point up in Vampiricora and the Death Prophet ulti. And you could even just pop in and take the pit. What does IG really have to go up against that? Like, the Viper and Invoker aren't jump heroes. You got Sunstrike for scouting. The Centaur ulti is the only thing they could really rely on to get themselves in. That's why I kind of thought they'd go for a Rubik pickup. Because then you got, like, it's just the counter up against the Centaur. I know the Chrono's great, but right now Chrono is their only controlling ability up. Actually, I should take that back. Chrono and Hellfire Blast is their only controlling abilities up against Stampeded Heroes.
Yeah, they have silences galore too, though, and I mean, it doesn't stop them always from running away. That's what you mean by that.
Yeah.
But it stops them from getting initiated on, so they can't, like, they need to use the Chrono and then you use the Hellfire Blast to get the kills. But they have like other ways to stop them from initiating on. So Vengeful Seer just swap out of the Chrono, and also is a strong like roaming hero against the Skyrath. So I would be hesitant to go aggressive against the Skyrath Wraith King, especially with Vici Gaming still having like a lot of options. They could still do the Faceless Void safe lane, or they could pick a really strong just tri-lane hero if they think they're gonna get aggressive.
And of course, we're assuming that's going to be a support Wraith King too.
That's true. I always just assume that. It's such a strong combo with Scarlet Mage that it's very common, but it could still be a carry.
Invictus Gaming.
I mean, if that hero gets free farm, I think it's actually just a really strong carry.
Because you get all that space in the world, so you give him... You got to burn through him twice. It's the amount of items that you can get onto a Wraith King. Then again, we saw in the last game, like that Wraith King got a very early hand of Midas, and you may as well have counted him as a core.
Yeah. He can pick up farm if you get the towers and kills early anyways. So it's he's kind of like an alchemist in that way. I mean, he can transition into core eventually. So it's better just to have another like hero that needs the lane more than he does early on.
Oh, I think it's going to be the momentum of the Slark. That's what IG will be banding out right now. Would have been a nice hero to pounce onto the Vengeful Spirit. Some good control and very difficult hero to lock down as we get a Mirana pick up here from Vici Gaming. Well, this just has aggro written all over it. Could they even dodge an aggro tri-lane of Invictus Gaming? With Mirana, Skywrath, Wraith King, Death Prophet, Faceless Void, it's almost a guarantee Vici Gaming will be moving in for a first blood into the Radiant Jungle if they can get it. But it's good follow-up initiation. I assume then Mirana will be the core in this lineup.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's a safe assumption. Because, like I was saying, she really needs the levels to snowball, and if you're not getting the kills when you're a support, you're going to be really sad. Whereas the Wraith King can recover, like, farming lanes much safer because of his ultimate, so if he gets just level 6, and then you can kind of sit in lanes and farm, and you don't have to be too worried about getting ganked, because if they gank you and bring your ult, I mean, it sucks, but it's, like, a good bait. And then the Mirana is, like, she's such a strong early game carry if she does get that early farm that... And they don't really need, honestly, another core. Like, Faceless Void and Death Prophet alone, those two heroes, if they get a lot of farm, like, they could just rely on those two heroes alone, even if Mirana just goes early game items and uses her nukes to help create space for them. So it's very, very likely that she's going to be core. I don't know if they'll go aggressive, though. I'm not 100% sure on that yet.
They'll probably wait to see what IG do.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta see what that last hero is going to be at. Because if it becomes like a jungle hero, it's like, okay. Back ourselves up. Vici Gaming thought they'd not, in fact, because the Enchantress got banned out. So they're removing the ability just to then sit inside the jungle and come out. It's not dying. Okay, aggro. It's aggro.
Yeah.
It's good. It's either aggro or it's defensive up against the aggro of Vici Gaming. That's the only way this will really go down.
Let's see. Which one has the better zoning potential? I think that VG will go 5-man the jungle regardless, like you said, and then they'll kind of go from there. They'll feel it out. I think they're better off going aggro because their roam is a lot stronger, so that they can kind of roam between mid and bottom and create a lot of pressure with like the Death Prophet and the Mirana. Whereas like the top lane, even though that's a decent tri lane, like a Dying Vengeful Centaur, it can't really do too much to the Faceless Void. Like he'll still be able to get levels, he'll pick up some farm. If they don't block the pull, he's gonna be able to like pull and get a lot too. So they have to like constantly be blocking it, or they have to ward it. So I think Vici Gaming aggressive trying to be pretty strong this game, but we will see what they do. They're buying standard items. They're running towards top.
There's sentries on the Wraith King.
Okay, they're going bot. Yeah.
That looks like the only reason why they have that is so they can get rid of the vision wards. Ice is just going to throw an observe ward up on this top lane because he needs to walk all the way up here and get this down before it gets scouted out. While Vici Gamer are actually sending Luo to the top lane, so they run June as a safe lane.
They're anticipating this, yeah.
They'll have Chorn as well as Undying played out by Chissbug as the support in the bottom lane, trying to just defend him. And then Ferrari 4-3-0 in towards the mid lane. Ferrari's Observer Ward too. Looks like he's going to put it near the Ancient area. So it does the mid scouting instead. But this lane for IG, like they can anticipate the aggro lane, but it doesn't take long for VG Gaming to switch it up. And with their movement, which they're doing right now, they're going to block up the pull point. So I'm sensing some very underleveled heroes on this bottom lane, especially considering two of them are melee heroes too. So getting in there to always get the last hits in the CS, it's going to be difficult when you're up against like a range hero like Mirana. And if Fenrir does come down, you would zone him out. But it looks like Vici Gaming are already bailing. They're heading out towards the north.
So what they're going to do is they're going to keep these lanes and they're going to roam with the Skyrath and the Wraith King because they can still kill any lane, and I think they believe that Black will get more out of bottom than Ice will, and Ice will do better top. And I think they're right in this assumption. I think IG got about as good a lanes as they could have gotten to, though. They just need to really do a good job at evading this this smoke combo.
If Ferrari goes down right now, and he's in range of Hellfire Blast, is he?
I think he made it far enough away, though.
There's concussive shot and Hellfire Blast with the Swarm. Yeah, he's back behind the tower. That can be pretty deep for this one, but they're coming in for it.
Slow.
They're not giving him up. And Super, one last Crypt Swarm, there's the kill. First blood goes to Death Prophet, and for a hero that was not rushing a bottle, but is now 100 gold away from it, success for VG Gaming here in Game 2 at the start.
Yep, Death Prophet's gonna have a happy time.
Even Black got himself a DD room.
Oh, they're staying here too. If they kill him again, man, oh no. FY is pretty low. He can't really tank the tower for them.
They have one more Crypt Swarm though, and that's up in 2 seconds time. Ferrari will go into the tree line, but he can't be protected in there. That's actually 2 kills going the way of Super. The bottle's already on the way out. 1 minute in and Ferrari's died twice.
Yeah. Death Prophet's not the type of hero you can allow to snowball like that. You're like, I just hate playing this hero. I hate that hero. Go away, Death Prophet. No one wants you here. It's no fun if he gets a really huge lead. And they don't really have like crazy burst damage to blow him up either, because if he gets a Yules, like they have to combo stun him and they have to sunstrike him, or else he's just gonna kite them around. And then also he has, you know, Void and stuff to protect him, so Super is in a great position. I'm sure he's smiling.
Yeah, he's gonna be ecstatic. This is gonna be really quick phase boost, so even like direct harassment against the Invoker is gonna be really successful. Especially considering you went Invoker who went Exort first level. Another reason why he's so easy to gank, and hasn't hit level 2 yet. So we can't, now he can finally get his quas. But he's still gonna wait a very long time before he's gonna have anything which he can invoke.
Swifter than ever.
While VG Gaming, they already know they won their early stages, so levels into the support's next major focus. Fenrir's already doing his pulling. We got FY. Okay, he's only 1 level right now. That's not that great, but he might come down here to help out Black, who actually now is 1-on-1 up against this Centaur Wall Runner, because there's a smoke movement from Chuan as well as Chissberg, bringing the Dirge up towards the top lane to try and battle up against what is now a safe lane Ice at level 4, and the highest CS on the board.
This is a really weird smoking, because I don't really see them killing this Void here.
I don't see it either, not with Skywrath made to the neighborhood.
Even without him, like, what are they going to do? They're going to bench stun him, and then he's going to time walk away, and it would be...
It only worked if Ice was over aggressive.
Yeah, really overextended.
And
maybe
now,
if they got Yeah.
It's going to back up. FY is going to set up here for Black. It's meant to be a Hellfire Blast into an arrow. Hellfire Blast, arrow to fly. It'll connect on June, and now he'll take more than enough damage. He's got double edge, but Black leaps him, gives me attack speed. The double edge will go Black. Oh, no. Salve. Oh, FY saved him. Black didn't have that salve right then. That last little bit of heal protects him from the final attack from the tower. So they remain.
Wants to go mid.
They remain 3-0.
Chuan's also there though, so this could be a pretty big turnaround point if they can. Oh, he's just showing himself. Just give him a little poke from the high ground.
Fenrir just on that Skywrath mage. I think initially he came for the courier, but yeah, let's off the orb, just so Ferrari knows to look behind him at all times. Maybe even just to lay off the timing of that bottle a little bit. But this is a 5-3 Invoker up against a 29 Death Prophet.
A first blood double kill, Death Prophet, yeah.
Fenrir, he's wanting to come back up again, but no, they're letting Super spam out his abilities here.
Tower is under attack.
And then he'll just bottle up and pick up the regeneration rune on the top river. It's not as though he was far enough ahead as it is. There is one nice thing, is the fact that June is neck and neck with the farm of the Death Prophet. And ISI is having a little bit of a harder time now farming up against Luo.
They're going on June again. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this kill though.
With support coming in from the VS.
Also. Yeah.
Might actually be more of a problem for FY. He just walks in, picks up the stick, and then as she decides to turn, the arrow from Black is available. He'll throw it, and it'll just stun up June, and this will buy him space to get away. Nothing much more. While in middle lane, Fenrir, it's like someone clipped his wings as he tried to come out to kill off the courier. Oh no, the courier's coming back! Not enough damage though.
He's able to get that.
He needs a lot more damage, but then again, Super's on his way down too. This courier now reveals itself heading east. What are you doing? Creep Swarm? Into a tree line area? It delivers the wards out to Chuan. F1's going to find him though. He's got the Hellfire Blast at level 2. But there's no follow-up to really battle up against this. Chuan's got his stun. FY, there goes yours, but he's in a lot of trouble. June, Ferrari, they're both rotated over. Magic Missile. Full stop to double edge will ensure the kill, but they're actually not going to use the double edge. June will save his life points, but now Super. Crypt Swarm, the seal, well, not available. It's just concussive shot as well as orb attack damage, but that's enough to kill off Ferrari. Into the corner with the Cold Snap trying to go into Fenrir. The actually Force Spirit did some nice work here, but now you got more support coming in. The arrow onto June, the seal over on Chuan, into the Crypt Swarm, and Super, they'll get rid of the Force Spirit, but it's a double kill for him. A 4-for-0 Death Prophet. Not too shabby at all for VG Gaming. 6-for-1. They did lose one, but they're still 6 in their favor.
Yep, Ferrari's getting this Invisor in top. And he's like leading the CS board. Man, Super is having like the dream Death Prophet game right now. It would be, that hero is so like strong at snowballing that if they lose at this point, it is so on VG. I mean, as much as it's like awkward to say that now, it's that hero with this big of an advantage on Dire side. I mean, and their like draft to protect it, I don't see how they can lose. He already has the tower at half HP mid, and he hasn't even used his ult yet. Like just poking it with phase boots and like the constant like fear of the Invoker getting ganked. Black's actually mid to shoot an arrow. He's gonna try and set him up.
It's going to be a pretty blind arrow though, but at the same time Ferrari has no vision in this tree line area, so he won't even see it coming, and he doesn't. He gets hit by it perfectly. Crypt Swarm's up in high levels. Chuan's trying to come in. We'll get the stun over on Super, who is again taking the damage from the tower. The phase boost movement speed, the center ulti will trigger, but is this for the VS to chase him? Because now...
that was just miscommunication. Actually, yeah, that could have been the kill on him. I think he would have caught him and hit him once, and it should have killed because he had minus armor. But it's just a little miscommunication.
Because of that now, the TPs are coming back in again. But Fenrir prepping up. We have another arrow flying in. Chuan, he'll evade that one as it flies past the creep wave as well as Ferrari. There's now Cold Snap onto Super. Courier, what are you doing? Sunstrike's a little bit off target. The Courier sort of sitting here in the middle lane and not realizing what it's doing. They're sacrificing Courier bait to get the kill on Ferrari. That's the EG. He stopped
to
attack
wasn't
it.
Intentional, but
no, it's not.
Yeah,
it seems to work.
It worked out. So what I like what VG's done here. They sort of rotated out their like roaming Wraith King on mid since he wasn't getting much done, and they're just like, okay, Black go shoot some arrows at mid, and now Wraith King's just free farming bot. Like that's why those two heroes together, the Wraith King and Bottom, are so great. You can kind of interchange them. Whichever one you feel needs farm more, you can just send them to a lane, have them farm, and both can farm pretty safely, and both can gank very effectively.
They're coming for the
He's ulting for
Viper.
it.
Super throws the ulti out. Now he's going to
should
realize
die.
there's an Undying right in front of him. So now one potentially could turn into two.
Nah.
They want to be pushing the creep wave more than anything else, but they get rid of the tombstone. That was also a level 2 tombstone. Nice 100 gold to be farmed up. A fishing arrow from Chuan, but no one's there right now. But Super, he managed to grab himself a regeneration root at the start, just walked up there. So he started at full mana and full life. And now with the seal over on the Viper, the leap down and the slow, this game is completely out of control. VG Gaming, and it's firmly in the bag. FY is going to die in the bottom lane, but it's his reincarnation. And they died for this. Hellfire Blast into Chuan. Ice will come in, looking for a time lock, and he gets one too. Chuan will take a fall. Now 11 for 1 across the board. The triple ones. Even an arrow searching. Oh, he got him! Black got him! Chisbuck was just walking up, having a stroll on top lane. We go now 12 for 1. Fenrir and Black will try and escape. A quick slow out from Luo with just poised attack. But Black's level 6 of the Moonlight Shadow will protect Fenrir, and they have no detection to help him out here. Oh, this game, it's going from bad to worse to absolutely terrible to like Shiva Ravage. That's what this game is turning into for IG.
Dang. Worse than absolutely terrible. Yeah, I mean, that is a 7-0 into Death Prophet. They have no towers yet with that hero, and he already has like a Yules plus gold.
They go middle lane now. Super wants to start going on Ferrari. The arrow is not going to hit though. So because there's no arrow connection, they can't hold him in position long enough.
I would expect VG to basically get 11 on Death Prophet, take this Roshan. He'll probably try and get the mid tower before he uses his next ultimate, and then they're just gonna like win the game.
Black's gonna have another crack.
Are they gonna defend top? I think they should.
I
they
think
don't
so.
gonna Death Prophet,
They have the Storm available, and now with a big ulti onto Undying, the Mystic Flare, available for Fenrir. The Undying dead straight away. Black still got Leap Away. They put the Urn over on the Viper. The arrow's still on cooldown, but with a Hellfire Blast, the center ulti is trying to allow Lure to escape Black. He's trying to wait for the exact right timing. FY, Sunstrike's on the way in. That will actually pick him up, but it's still going to be a support Wraith King going down for basically... Oh, the Invoker actually ended up dying as well. The Super in the middle lane. It's a 3-for-1 trade-off. Every single engagement is going against IG. Every single one. It's a 7k net worth Super. 7k on a Death Prophet when the nearest person is 3.5k and that's his own teammate at 3.5 as the Faceless Void. And now he's 7.5. His gold per minute must be through the roof. Yep, 618 gold per minute when you're 11 minutes into the game. And with a TP in from Luo, I don't see that working. I don't see that working at all. The Chrono hits him perfectly. Luo not dead just yet, but he will be shortly. And now, Buckler charge, not enough. Sunstrike coming in for Ice, trying to backtrack, in fact, able to successfully do that. The Tombstone will be dropped down. Ice. He's got time, and Time walks himself away up north. While Super goes east. They can't even get themselves a kill when they TP in their remaining team. Apart from the Invoker into that lane to try and defend. Dropping Tombstone, they're behind tier 1 towers. Now a Yule Scepter. 12 minutes in, they have a Yule Scepter to gank on Ferrari. Please, Mercy. Please, Mercy.
Yeah, this is a Mercy rule game.
They've only taken one tier 1.
That backtrack was like a slap in the face. It perfectly describes this game. Like, they finally get a chance, like, maybe pick up a kill that'll help them out, and he's like, yeah, I got 10% chance, screw you. Everything's going wrong. Sometimes you just have games like this, and at this point, I mean, I don't know what IG's thinking, but the recovery chance for this is like 1% or less.
Look at the Death Prophet, man! This Death Prophet is almost at a Bloodstone with a Yule Scepter 12 minutes in because it's an 8-for-0 Death Prophet. The last time I saw a carry this big was actually in game number 1. It's really crazy how much we've turned from game 1 now here into game number 4. Ferrari was dominating everybody.
How times have changed. I think they're gonna probably defend this top. No, actually, Death Prophet doesn't have ults, or not ult, but TP, so he can't.
They just push the lanes instead. pumping this much money into Super right now is, yeah. Like a tier 1 tower, they lose one. Whoopie-doo-doo. Arrows connects on Chuan. Black leap in from Ice Ice Ice. So level 3 starfall damage as well. And in fact, Black looks like he's thinking this game could go a little bit later. He's buying ahead of Midas. 13 minutes into the match. In fact, the glove's already coming out in the courier, I'm fairly certain. June in the mid lane, being chased down by FY. He's almost got his own Blink Dagger. Ice 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 actually cancelled his chrono animation. Hellfire Blast doesn't come up in time, but FY, his reincarnation's back off cooldown.
Super just followed him perfectly.
Yep. Well, look at
this.
He's got phase boots as well as your Scepter, man. He's got a 5-2-2 movement speed. And there's also the haste rate. Oh, the swap! Oh, Ice 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 didn't mean to do that. He'll have to come back and try and kill off Chuan. The Meg Charge goes off from Luo. Viper ulti. They'll bring down Super and Vici Gaming. A little bit of a mistake with Chuan's great swap. Ice 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 can time walk himself away to safety. Now the reincarnation's gone to work, but then the Mystic Flare almost enough to kill off Chuan. 5Y. The Wraith Fire Blast was on cooldown. An arrow from Black, but leap yourself away. So
right, that was a little bit of overeagerness. Even though they are so ahead, they're just like running at them now with like no fear. That was a great play by Chuan though. That would have been like the game-ending fight for VG if he didn't make that swap. So he hangs in there a little bit longer. He has the tenacity going at least.
There's no way you can blame Ice 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 for that. Like, you can't sit there and go,
that was just
oh
a good
man,
play by Chuan.
like,
yeah.
Because
he was just a second off.
Mm-hmm. It's the animation timing for that chrono. You can do one play only. And Chung got it right. Now the mid lane's going to be pressured. There's also really good mech timing, considering how much they're being pounded down. The fact that Luo has still managed to find that mech over on the Viper, that allowed IG to continue to fight that. When really you would never have thought they could. The Exorcism's now going to be triggered. The Yule Scepter, the Undying up into the air, but the Tombstone already went down. Everyone's trying to take care of that. The Center ulti, they run in. The Moonlight Shadow is going to try and protect him, but the Sentry Wood also dropping. Ice Ice Ice, slowing them all down. This Exorcism doing some serious work. It's a level 2 Exorcism 15 minutes into the game. And he's moving forward. Now your Mystic Flare kills off Ferrari. The stun from Chuan. He's almost got Super with the Earn Charge. Maybe VS swapping him back down again. And it will allow Chispa to get the last hit in. He's still alive for now. The orb attacks will kill off the Centaur. While Fenrir takes that double. Chuan low on life. It'll be a triple kill for Fenrir. He'll still end up dying, but the arrow controlling Luo. Really, IG are throwing everything they've gotten to here. A triple decay from Chispa will keep him alive a little bit longer, but that little bit is only a very short duration. They took the tier 1 tower, but now it's 24-6, 15 minutes into the game. Sunstrike. Bow! Got him!
Well, they're getting some nice pickups here, but it's still like they're getting tons of Farmer and Void and like Wraith King and Potham, even though the Death Prophet's dying. So, I mean, typically if you can get these Death Prophet kills in these types of games, it's worth it most of the time.
Ferrari. Chrono committed as well. Ice 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 has this Master Madness. Chuan coming in, get a swap. And Ice Ice Ice, he's in trouble right now. With a Hoof Stomp double edge, it ends up being a 1-1 trade-off. There's some beautiful play coming out from Chuan.
Yep, Chuan is basically putting the team on his back right now. He's really trying hard to salvage this game. These plays, he's making really good reactions to all like the ganks and stuff, and he's doing what he can with what they had to begin with. The never surrender.
Smoke movement from VG Gaming. Finish their farm. Mystic Flare is off cooldown. The Blink Dagger and FY there for initiation. And they're looking to the Viper on the top lane. He moves into the tree lines. His TP's on cooldown. Courier as well. Oh, Super. How is the greed here? They get the Courier kill, and they'll bring down, or should, can they? Yep, they got enough slow. The Hellfire Blast. The ulti's not going to get in range, but the orb will. And then Super can now bring down this tier 1 tower. So some big kills coming the way again of VG Gaming.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, Super. You got your ultimate to heal up anyway, so he's fine. I think he might be really happy though that, considering if he bought the Bloodstone before around like the 12-minute mark, with all the deaths that came directly after that, he'd have like no charges right now. But he has the money to finish it up. So we can purchase that and then come to the bottom lane. Actually, there's no TP scroll for him. The TP, in fact, coming in from the Blink Daggering FY. Who's up at level 11 already. 17 minutes in for a no Midas Wraith King. Interesting smoke underneath the tower. The VS already killed the Skywrath Mage with the Tombstone being dropped. So Chrono, it gets 3 heroes. June primary focus. The Sunstrike right next to Ice. The arrow from Black. Actually, the Undying Minion was almost perfectly in position to block that. Ice will back up. FY is ticking out to the Urn Charge as Luo moves in to make sure he can get that last hit in. Ice actually staying alive. He's alive on the sidelines. He'll have to leap and slow down the 4 heroes. The Super, he's in a lot of trouble. He'll end up popping again. The Bloodstone will allow him to respawn up nice and quick. Ice cutting his way through the tree line. And they're waiting for it. The arrow connects on the Undying. He hasn't got rid of this aggro from the tower just yet. The Starfall, there's still enough damage. Chung trying to save him with the swap. Ice back in the fight. The Seal over on top of the Viper. Black trying to stick with it for the moment. And now he's going to leap himself away. Fender as well, enjoying the movement speed. May as well just turn in for the ult because he's going to die anyway. But decides not to. The Viper will get the kill. Looking to actually push Black off this tier 2 tower. And IG deciding the best way to deal with this is just initiate. And that's probably going to happen right now from FY. Blink, the Centaur ulti, allowing Luo to escape out of here. While on bottom lane, Ice is in the tree line. The Wave of Terror, the Hawk Stomp. He's going to get himself in range with the double edge. June locked inside the tree line. Now Super triggering the ultimate. Going after Luo, looking for the extra damage. The arrow comes in from Black, able to get that control. So the Viper, he will go down as Super moves forward. He's trying to catch up to Chuan. There's no Eul Scepter available for him, but he's just trying to get himself in range anyway. For Crypt Swarm damage, you've still got June's hiding inside the tree line, while Super, 1 second until Eul Scepter, and this will let him break the distance here. He maybe doesn't want to. The ultimate will do the work. Chuan around the sideline. They still haven't found June in the tree line. FY is going to blink himself away to safety. But after a 2 to 3 minute drawn out engagement, VG Gaming will repel Invictus Gaming from their tier 2 tower.
Man. Yeah, that was a long fight. The fact that this game is like even still going is just amazing. Like IG is really putting up a fight when if like 10 minutes ago we were both saying, holy cow, why have they not left the game yet? So it's really great that they're able to like bring this back together. Part of it is because VG threw, like when you're that ahead, I mean it might seem crazy, like there's no way like they can come back, and in reality, if VG played flawlessly, it really was over, but because they got a little greedy and that one fight happened at the tier 2 on IG side of the map, they were able to turn around pretty heavily, but they're still just playing so from behind.
Sure.
I mean,
jump him. You found Fenrir. The Sunstrike's going to take him out. Just quick move in, move out. FY.
That's what
the
they gotta
Hellfire
keep
Blast,
doing.
so they're going to look for some collateral kills. The Tombstone just being dropped. Super does have this DD rune, so he might feel confident, while Invoker dies to the Chrono of the Faceless Void up on the top lane. FY blinks over the hill and then into the stun on June. They need a little bit more damage. The Silence can make sure he counters Hoof Stop and get himself away, but Luo attacking from the tree line. They trigger that reincarnation. Remember, it's a level 2 ultimate, so it's not as bad. And June, double edge onto FY. There's still a lot of damage. Super and Black now going to arrive. And the Moonlight Shadow giving them protection. The Sentry Ward will be dropped, but it was more of a, if they decide to chase us, Sentry Ward, as opposed to let's chase them Sentry Ward.
yeah, they were just hoping that the Wraith King would follow and try and go for like a blink stun. It seems like every single fight, like VG's ending up with like one person getting blown up or one person's not there or something. So the fights are kind of like, and IG's been sticking his 5 and just snowballing around. I mean, sometimes Lua or Ferrari's not there, but he just uses Sunstrike, so it's whatever. He's been split pushing and getting some decent farm. I mean, he's a 4 and 10 Invoker, and he actually has like moderately decent farm for how behind he was.
Just gonna flag for people because I realize people are getting confused. The scoreboard was set up by the Chinese hosts, hence it's also showing up as incorrect. VG Gaming are not 1 game ahead, so if you've just joined us, Invictus Gaming took the first 2 games, VG Gaming took the 3rd. And they must just switch some teams up, and the points weren't changed around.
Going for the Roche. I'm surprised they didn't do this a little bit earlier, like when Death Velvet got 11. Like, that's what they should have done if they wanted to be really safe about the game, but this is fine now.
This is now going to give them like extra insurance. Who do they actually... Are they going to give it to Super? Yeah, he drops the TP scroll. This is a plate mail Bloodstone.
He's
not
almost
Aegis
16
Immortal
too.
Super.
Top tower is under attack.
With the next ult, he'll be 16, and they'll probably just take a big fight with that.
It really is ridiculous. His farm could have been through the roof if they didn't lose him twice. They lost it like after he got the spree up. They lost him twice in very quick succession. So Super's dropped back below the 600
bot, if he goes for this, he could potentially get jumped.
Yeah, Tron if he wants to go for the swap.
June's actually not there, so he's pretty important to that combo. He's running in the jungle with haste though.
He's gonna find Chuan. Did he? Yeah, he could have clips of him. He caught a glimpse of him. This will be a Yule Scepter setup. Allow the rest of his teammates to come in, and well, then again, June is also in the neighborhood.
Too fast.
The rest of his team can't keep up with him. Oh, at least Academ Scepter. Where the hell is Luo finding all this money? I know he's found 4 kills.
Big kills. I think he got the kill on Death Prophet, right? Like the really big one when she was like 9-0 or whatever. So that was like half of his Ag Scepter, basically.
True. And he already had the mech up by that point. So the money did actually go fully to his Ag Scepter. Now, bottom lane push is coming. We've got 17 seconds until the Crypt Swarm is off cooldown. But I got a funny feeling VG Gaming going to look to push high ground. They got every ulti up. The life points of the Wraith King are actually quite poor right now. But he's still got a level 2 reincarnation. And Blade Mail is also available. So, yeah. More than likely they'll save the ultimate, the Exorcism. There's no point using it on the tier 2 tower and just try and breach high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower.
You have everybody. What's anything else coming out the courier? That's a BKB for black.
Radiant's bottom
So he'll have BKB just
fallen.
before this fight will begin too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and if Murano can leap into their team and like do a Starfall without much fear of dying, that's a lot of damage on the end of the team.
Ice.
I'm just trying to think, like, do they really have base defense? I mean, that's the thing. IG doesn't have that, like, anything to really deal with.
They have Tombstone. They have Tombstone, that's basically it. The best thing they can have is counter initiation. They go out and super. Ice to Chrono. That's a big one. He got Luo and Jun. Chuan swaps him out. Actually saving the life of one, but the Undying's already taken a fall. So is the Wraith King. Not actually having any kind of slow effect over the rest of IG, but
gosh,
they actually got him.
The minions killed an Exorcism.
Now they're jumping again. They're going to keep going. Ferrari silenced up, so he can't really throw any extra abilities. Chuan living on a beast-stick of life. FY finally able to swing the blade and kill him off, while he now moves over towards June. And they've lost 4 heroes now, with potentially 5. Luo hitting the deck. FY, the Blade Mail, turns in for the Hellfire Blast. The Sunstrike perfectly almost on target. The Cold Snap's still going to finish the job, and they throw the Viper Strike into Super. His base attack damage is going to be enough to kill off Luo, and then denies himself with the Bloodstone. He got enough charges from that fight. I think he'll be happy with that. As Ferrari as well as Chissbugger try and chase down Fenrir, who's already retreating on the bottom lane. But they don't bring down the tier 3 tower here, Vici Gaming. As you said, the Exorcism killing off the Necro units, which triggered the Aegis Immortal, which also just put the Crypt Swarm off. Well,
yeah, Exorcism. Without that, they weren't able to finish the tower. And then they kind of went a little YOLO there with the dive. I think it was fine until they forced the buyback too. So without that buyback, I think they would have probably ended the game there. Or at least taken a Rax, which would have essentially been game over. But I mean, they can just do the same thing now, I believe. He has a Shivas now on Death Prophet. And they're just going to keep pushing every time the ult's up and try and 5-man. I mean, if they kill the Invoker, he won't buy back this time, so... They need to try and either catch this Vengeful Spirit in the Chrono, or they just need to have the Wraith King, since he can't really do much in the Chrono. His job should be to stop the Vengeful Spirit from swapping if possible. It's obviously not easy in that situation because they're sitting in the base, but they need to try and stop the... I guess that fight he just jumped on the Undying who was out of the Chrono. They blew him up instead, which is also good. If they can blow up Undying, that hero is a pretty annoying, like, big nuisance if you don't get him out of the fight early.
Well, right now, man, IG, they may have a small opening on Super, but they need a good jump in to make this work. Chuan and his talent's a little bit too far away. It's rather difficult to just try and walk down the hill and catch up to him. Without the phase boots on, he still moves at 443 movement speed. And if you come in close with a Shiva's Guard as well as a Yule Scepter, controlling him is very, very difficult. But are they going to come again? All oldies off cooldown apart from Wraith King, but that's 8 seconds away. So I think we're going for round 2, man, on the bottom lane.
Under attack.
The question is, can they get the pick off beforehand? There's no Aegis Immortal this time around for Super. But at the same time, there's no buyback for Ferrari. And the creep wave moves up high ground. They're going to take it from low ground. Okay, Super commits. Exorcism goes. The jump out from Jun. This time it won't succeed. Void gets the Chrono off. It's really deep as well, making it very difficult for the rest of them to chase down Chuan again with this damn swap, making it impossible to get that kill over on Jun. FY so deep, but the Wraith King ulti will go. 3 heroes to slow down. The Exorcism from Super still going to work. Leap in. They got Chissbugger with a good deafening blast by Ferrari, buying the space. Ice, being pushed back out of the base again. The Necro units are down. Super again, he gets hit by it. Yulesep is up in towards the air and he gets healed up by his own exorcism. The perfect timing for it. For the ultimate to wear off. The buyback will come out this time from the Viper. They want Ferrari dead. The orb attack damage is 37 life points. He'll survive for now. F-Fight, he will go down with the Viper Strike being committed. They're stealing up over on Luo. The orb attack, the Crib Swarm, the arrow, a little bit off target. The Shiva's Guard being committed by Super to try and get this kill before Spritz. Set up in the air again by this Yulesep to try and break free of Ferrari's hold. Maybe with the Crib Swarm. Super, he try and battle up against the two cores of IG practically solo, while Black is attempting to bring down the range racks. Again, Invictus Gaming will repel VG.
Yeah, that Necrobook is doing, it already paid for itself. Definitely, it's doing a lot of work. That dive again, Super, that's the second time. Like last fight, he also kind of dove under the tier 4s. He's not tanky enough to tank tier 4s yet. And I don't think killing the Viper there was really, it wasn't worth the dive. And then he kind of switched target. Like I think the Yules, I think he could have just kept fighting the Viper and killed him, and then Yules and tried to run away or tried to Yules the Invoker, but I guess he got cold snaps, so that's why he did it. But yeah, that was just an awkward dive. Being a little too aggressive. I mean, that's what happens sometimes when you get that farm early game, though. You just like stay in that mentality the entire game. Even if you start to fall behind a little bit, you're like, I am immortal. I'm going to go slay things.
It's a good way of looking at it, man. But it's also a good way of throwing it. The Desolator is now going to arrive for Black, so if you try and bring down buildings, that's going to help out.
Yeah, they're going to destroy even just anything, like even heroes. Exorcism is going to do some work now, more than usual.
Also notice too, Ferrari, he's already got these Necro units. They're about to time out. They came up near Roshan, but Roshan's not going to spawn up yet. He's got another 20 seconds until potentially he could spawn. But that's still a long way away for IG when they have to fall back as well. The bottom lane's being pushed out by Ice. His BKB is still a little bit off. He probably really wants that too. So I think he just wants the VS to stop screwing up his chronos. Every time he throws out a chrono and he gets a target, he's finding June most of the time. But he can't get the kill because Chung just keeps swapping the hero out. Super and Black are backing up. June's trying to catch up. He could have stampeded then, but the chance of Black leaping away and Super Yulesepting is just too high. So the chance of a kill.
He has a BKB now too on Super. I don't know if you already said that. I think VG here just waits for Roche, waits for their next core items. Like Wraith King's actually close to BKB as well. And he has, if he wants to get it, he could go Halberd, which actually might be better.
They're going to break on the smoke, and now jump, leap away. Both the Hussum's going to miss both of them, and Super comes in, a 4-man Shiva's Guard hit. The Necro units will be triggered, but Ice, it's a 2-man Chrono, and then with the Mystic Flare, Ferrari 4-3-0 is down. The Invoker on the sidelines. Luo will follow after it. Ice, this time around will take the hit. And, well, Desolator attack. Black just sits on the sidelines. The Invoker does buy back into the game. And we have got a rogue centaur going further east. FY, stop chasing. Remember objective-based gaming. They want that bottom range racks at least.
Oh my.
Did that arrow?
Yeah. That's a buyback too.
That's him dead. That's him dead. He's silenced up, and with a Desolator, they get through the hero. I actually have a feeling that's a GG arrow right there from Black.
I mean, they don't have actually these two tier 2s, so they can't really rotate the Raxes, but they're gonna get this, like this Rax for sure.
They're gonna get Chorn as well.
They can actually just go for the throne, honestly. Like, with Desolator, I think they could pressure it with no Invoker. Like, IG has no way of fighting them right now, and also the Viper is still down for another 20, and he doesn't have buyback either. They probably won't do that, but they could, I think. At least, at the very least, take out one tower and like half HP on another. Instead, they're just going to back up, push their lanes, check Roshan, finish their items, and secure the game. I think they're sort of trying to turn off the throws.
Turn off the
they
throws?
They got a level 3 Wraithing ult now too, so
you can toggle 3-2-2?
It's hard, but I think some teams can do it, yeah.
Poor VG Gaming. It's almost the full max spawn time. I was going to say before, we say, well, I just wait for the next Roshan. If they waited, they'd be waiting at the full 3-minute duration.
Yeah, they probably still will. Oh, they're going to get this mid tower, and probably uncontested. I would hope. If IG tries to contest this, then they they're gonna probably get destroyed.
Yeah.
Radiant's
But then
middle
again, not
tower
everyone is
under
there.
attack.
Like, you got Ice on the bottom, you got
That is
Black up on the
true.
top.
Black's not
And
there.
they might feel confident enough just to do that.
I don't think that IG knows that Black's not there though. They know that Black, or not Black, but Ice is just waiting for Roshan. He's just in the pit. It's like, I'm not leaving this until Roshan spawns. I know it's coming soon.
It has to be here. And yep, there you go. Beating the Roshan. A little bit of
They're
help to
ulting
come in.
for it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that was really necessary.
Without
Actually,
the Deso,
it is when IG is making their way up. Like, they're coming over to try and counter them because there's no one inside the base, and they can see that with the observer walls. They're sitting one inside the base in the bottom and one up on top of the cliff. So they realized that IG were coming out to try and contest them. And IG, why? I'm not so sure about them being out here in the tree line. Because that's a dangerous area to be. The Arrow's having a bit of a scout.
hit the courier.
Shame Arrows can't kill couriers. I still find it really weird that, like, SD Purge is like an instant kill on a courier. That for me is still a very weird kind of thing, mechanic-wise. I don't know why that actually came to my mind.
Is under attack.
By the way, tier 2 tower on the top lane. FY is going to try and take care of this. The Centaur's coming up. These Blink Dagger's still on cooldown. And FY actually initiates over on June. Not really wanting to do that, but Ice knows he's also got Chrono available. And they can just get themselves a nice, easy pickup for the before they push high ground.
Radiant's top tower
Then they wouldn't
has
have to wait for
fallen.
the full exorcism to be back off cooldown. So they're going to come in now for the mid
Tower
tower.
is under attack.
The slow but sure death. I mean, like, everyone has buyback, right? On they have an Aegis, they all have buyback.
Has fallen.
I think that Super, if he gets blown up instantly, could actually afford to buy back and buy bots and still come to the fight with his ult. They're just kind of waiting for Death off at all, and then they're going to siege this bottom. And at this point, he's actually farmed enough where he could actually dive tier 4s pretty safely and, like, kill people. Before, it was just like the positioning was really awkward. Oh, Daedalus on Black too, so.
That's a lot of farm, man. He's going to drop his magic wand and take the Daedalus. That's a lot of damage coming out from just the Mirana. Not to mention the fact that Super's now walking around with what I believe is the start of his Skadi. With just a casual point booster?
Yeah, I would assume so. I don't know what else he's gonna build. I mean, it's good on the hero. It's especially against IG's lineup when he kind of gets kited around by Viper and stuff in the fights. He's actually getting, well, casual host
No,
on.
he's not getting initiated on. they don't have enough damage to kill off Super right now unless they have their entire team there. Even if you do control them with that Orb Stomp. Because with this, the casual point booster as well, they're going to smoke in through the bottom. And they come in. A quick silence over on June or the Chrono. And he got Chuan as well this time. So no interruption with the swap. Chispo's going to take a fall. And that Exorcism will just carve him up. The Tombstone lasts a grand total of half a second. June, a nice double Hoof Stomp. But it's just a small little consolation prize. Black's DPS is too much. A double kill for him. Into Chuan with a crit to finish it off. The reincarnation will go, but there's only 2 heroes left alive, and that's Luo as well as Ferrari, and the Viper is toast. Wraith King will take the kill. The buyback comes out from the Viper, but they'll lose mid-racks. The Sunstrike, okay, they're able to get off 1 kill here. But it's the Aegis the Immortal from my size. I don't think he really cares, because the esports space for the rest of his team with his death. The mid-racks, well, Ferrari's coming back up. They really are not giving up the ghost here. Your Scepter up, Luo sent back down again. He's silenced up, arrowed up, and there it is. The ghost is gone. It is going to be 51-21. The end of game number 4. And VG Gaming will force this into a 5th and deciding matchup. It'll cause havoc with everyone else's schedules, including the MSI Beat It, which is still waiting for these 2 teams to play up against each other. In that game, cast on Joint to Blue by Basekip. But for now, Pandaego, deciding game. Short break. I know the teams are wanting to be starting very, very quickly, so we'll get ourselves inside the lobby. Stay tuned. We'll be back.